Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of 7 days of regulation. Today, we're going to be seated in a chair. And if you have one, grab a pillow, doesn't matter what size, or a blanket, just something you can kind of hold and squeeze. If you don't have one, that's okay. So, we're going to get started. So, today we're releasing tension. When the body has tension, it's tensing up for a reason. So, rather than fighting the tension, we're going to go into the tension and then show the brain and body how to release it. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to arrive and ground. So just feeling the ground and just rock the feet on the ground a little bit. And feel your seat. And notice, is there more weight on the left or the right? We're just noticing and getting in touch with the body. Don't have to even it out, just noticing. So rocking the feet and then just letting that settle. So feel your feet on the ground. Maybe even imagine the ground underneath and what it's made out of. Okay, and then we're gonna create some tension in the legs. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna cross your legs at the ankles and we're gonna try and pull them apart. So we're gonna kind of hold and then release. So let's move into that. So trying to pull the legs apart and slowly release, really, really slow. And just let that settle. Let the body, you can uncross the legs if you'd like as well, and just let that settle. And right now our body's learning what it's like to come out of tension and then relax afterwards. So this doing of nothing is really important. Okay, let's cross the ankles again and let's squeeze. We're going to hold that for 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release, really, really slow. Letting the body learn what it's like to slowly come out of that activated, tense state. And uncross, and then just let that settle. Notice what it's like to be in tension and then come out. Eyes can be open or closed. I like to close mine a lot. Maybe a breath comes in. Really good. Okay, let's cross the ankles again and tense them up like you're pulling your legs apart, but you can't because the ankles are crossed. And let's slowly, slowly release that. Really slow. The body can feel every little part of coming out of tension. So it knows what that feels like. Okay, and just relax. Feet can go on the ground again if you'd like. Okay, maybe give the bum a little wiggle. Make sure you can still feel your bum. Notice it. Next, we're going to do some leg lifts. So if you're in more of like a flight stage, so like you feel like you need to get all these things done and you're just going, this can be really good. So we're going to choose a leg to raise. Just slowly lift a leg, and if you can't lift it very high, you can just like point the toes. You just want some activation. So lifting a leg, hold, notice when the breath comes in. That already happened for me. And then slowly lower it. Okay, we're going to do it with the other leg now. Lifting the leg, hold. While you're doing this, just take a look around where you are. Notice some of the objects in your space and lower the leg. Okay, notice what it's like to be here. We're going to raise the other leg again. Notice when a breath comes in and then slowly lower. And let that settle. And as you're letting it settle, just take a look around your space. Notice the paint on the walls, the textures, the corners of the room. And we're going to raise the other leg. So raising the other leg. Again, wait for that breath to come in. And then slowly lower. Okay, and then let's just rest here. Another breath comes in. Okay, so that can be really good to use when you're in kind of a flight state. You can do that a few times and stay connected with your room when you're doing that, or the space you're in. Okay. Now we're going to go into the shoulders. So we're going to raise the shoulders up and squeeze, and notice what it's like to be in this position. Notice how high your shoulders are. Notice what's happening in the chest and maybe in the hips or the legs. Notice what it's like to breathe here, and let's slowly come out of it, really, really slow. Okay, so our brain and body is learning every little movement that it's taking to come out of that active, tense state. Okay, and relax. Nice. And maybe the shoulders drop even more while you're just pausing here. Okay, shoulders come up again. So slowly move into that tense position, shrugging the shoulders. Notice what it's like to breathe here, to look around. It's kind of different, right? To look around when you're kind of shrugging. Maybe it's harder to connect with your space too. Okay, and then let's slowly lower, really, really slow. Nice. Okay, and let that settle. Maybe you want to take an audible sigh like I just did. Just kind of came up and felt like the right thing to do. Okay, and then raise the shoulders again. Squeeze. Maybe you feel some heat in the shoulders. Notice, can you feel your feet? Can you feel your bum? And lower. Really slow. A little slower than before, actually. And rest. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is grab that pillow. You can grab a blanket and bunch it up. If you don't have either of those, then you can just wrap your arms around your tummy. But we're going to create some pressure against the tummy, and this actually activates our parasympathetic system. It puts us in a rest state. And if you have a back on your chair, really lean into it. It's a wall, but it'll do. And really squeeze. Notice how much pressure you want. And just feel the pillow pressing against your abdomen and chest. Oh, and I just had a little burp there. So when we're relaxing, we can have our digestive system relaxes, and so you can feel some gurgling or some air movement that can manifest as like burping. So just noticing that and just resting here. Now you can stay here if you'd like. I recommend it. Or you can come, and when you're ready, come out, take a look around the room, wiggle your toes, and you can just slowly move on with your day. And that is the end of today's practice, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3. Bye.